Imagine stepping out into a freezing, howling blizzard. You're wrapped in a heavy, fluffy blanket, but you've left it gaping completely open. This is the reality for millions of homes. In a standard house, that familiar pink, fluffy insulation is often installed like an open coat, leaving small gaps where the cold air can get through. Keeping a house warm relies on eliminating every bit of empty space. If an installer leaves even a tiny half-inch gap at the very top of a wall cavity, the wall's ability to hold heat drops significantly. This happens because of convective loops. When cold air sneaks into that tiny top gap, it circulates in a cycle behind the insulation, constantly pulling heat away. Because of this continuous draft, the wall loses 30% of its warming power. Insulation works by trapping microscopic pockets of still air. If a gap allows cold air to bypass that barrier, the thickness of the material no longer matters. To truly keep a house cozy, we focus on creating a gap-free seal that works like a perfectly tucked blanket for the structure. Builders looking for a better seal often use a material called mineral wool or Rockwool. Unlike fiberglass, mineral wool is literally spun from melted basalt rock. The liquid rock is whipped into fine, rigid threads, much denser than standard fluff. Because it's made of stone, it naturally repels water and stays dry. It also forms a rigid block that won't sag to the bottom of your walls as the house ages. To stop drafts, insulation must touch all 6 inner surfaces. Mineral wool achieves this friction fit. Cut slightly wider than the frame, the block springs outward when pushed in, locking tightly against the studs. This continuous, tight contact blocks off the air bypass routes that cause those freezing drafts. Real-world walls are full of obstacles, like electrical wires running through the middle of the wood. These are the main reason the 6-sided rule often fails. Installers often squish insulation behind cables, squeezing out the trapped air and making the wall colder. The fix is splitting the bat. The material is torn halfway, sandwiching the wire to keep the insulation full and uncompressed. This dense material also acts as a barrier for sound. When used in bathrooms and laundry rooms, the heavy wool absorbs vibrations. It silences rattling pipes and the hum of a dishwasher late at night. By carefully fitting the material around every obstacle, the home becomes a quiet, comfortable sanctuary. You can check this quality yourself during a renovation. The best time to look is just before the final moisture-blocking skin, the vapor barrier, and the drywall go on. First, try the flashlight test. Shine a light at the very top and very bottom corners of the wall. If you see bare wood or dark shadows in those corners, the material was cut too short. The blanket is left open and heat will escape. Next, do the pull test. Give the center of the insulation a gentle tug. A properly fitted piece of mineral wool will be wedged in so securely that it won't budge, even if you grab the wooden wool stud and shake it. Reliable insulation works like a precisely carved puzzle piece, creating a tight, continuous seal that wraps the entire home. If these tips helped you understand how to make a home cozier and quieter, please like and subscribe for more guides. Thanks for watching.